Mikkel.
And I'm Peyton.
And we are the CACI twins.
So you guys have been waiting for this moment for about like 3 months, and we're finally doing a story time.
Yes.
About time,
right? Because I've been getting a lot of questions like, why is she limping in my last morning routine? So we decided we're just gonna jump to the chase and tell you guys the story of what happened.
Today's story time is how I thought my sister was dead. It was one of the scariest moments, and I hope none of you go through this, because honestly, I'm glad she's here. So that's all. Like, me and my family have this cabin up in Duck Creek, and we've had it since we were like really young. My mom has been going there since she was a teenager, so we've been going there for a long time.
We get most excited to go up there because of the ATVs and riding like in the mud and all that, and we like to do like adventurous stuff like go hiking.
Let me paint you guys a picture. So it's literally dirt roads, trees, cabins, and then there's just hills, just like with trees everywhere.
So basically our cabin is right in the middle of the forest. It's really cool, but the elevation is bad. Like, I'm bad at the elevation.
And as you guys seen, have you seen Walking Dead? It's basically like that, and sometimes I get scared in the forest because literally at night it's pitch black. Literally there's so many stars. I just love it.
Not to get sidetracked, the main reason why we go up there is because we like to ride the ATVs and the razors. It's so fun. But the bad part about it is that there is no Wi-Fi.
Oh my god, I hate that.
Sucks.
It's been 12 hours since we arrived to the cabin. We've been without our phones. There's no service. We can't contact anyone. So we're just literally sitting in a cabin at night.
Just like watching movies and stuff.
I mean, it's fun for one night, but 2 nights I can't do it. I need to get my service. So me and Mikkel are hyped for the morning because we're gonna go on our razor.
And if you guys don't know what a razor looks like, it kind of looks like a dune buggy. It has a big shield over the top of you. There's seat belts, there's a big glass window. It's really cool.
So it's Saturday morning. We just got done with our breakfast because my Nana makes the best breakfast. We're like, Papa, can we go on the razor? He's like, yeah, just follow the rules. You know the deal, girls.
You guys have a limited time, like get back in like 2 or 3 hours. So we're like, bet.
And the most important thing is we actually get to civilize with everyone because there's service on top of the mountain.
So this path to go get our Wi-Fi takes about 30 minutes. It's a very long path.
We end up FaceTiming our friends, like showing us off, like look at us in our razor.
It's like so high up, you can get an awesome view. Like you can see all the trees. You can see our cabin actually from where we were at too.
And we're just screaming out the mountain because it echoes everywhere.
Okay, so after I was like, I want to drive a little more, so we went higher into the mountain, just kept looking around because it's so pretty up there. Just like looking at the view, we're just like enjoying it. And I was like, Mikkel, let me drive down. You've been hogging it the whole time. So I ended up driving down the mountain. She was like, let's stop for Wi-Fi one more time. So we stopped for Wi-Fi one more time, and we're not realizing time's going by. Like it's starting to get dark, and we were supposed to be home like what, 2 hours ago? Yes.
Yes. And so we're like, we gotta go, we gotta go. We started to notice the clouds came in. It started to get gloomy, and we're like, oh my gosh, a storm's gonna come. So I was tripping. I was like, okay, I really want to drive for the last time, so can I drive? And I knew I wasn't feeling too well because of the elevation. I didn't have any water or anything, so I was like kind of like, I don't know, I was just like dizzy. And you didn't tell me that until we were driving.
So I was driving down the hill, and it was just like, I don't know, I just felt super weird. So I kept driving, and at this point on, I can't tell you because I don't remember, so she's gonna have to tell you.
All right, we're going down this hill. She's already going the speed limit, but she's not knowing that we're going downhill, so it's speeding up her pace. Let me paint you guys a picture. So it's like a straight road, but there's like a little curve to it at the end, down the hill.
And it's like a dirt road, so I mean, you could easily like skirt and do like a donut or something like that. It's like really dangerous if you're going fast.
She turns to me and she goes, I don't feel good. So I look over, and she literally just goes, and just passes out, and I'm like, what the heck? My first reaction is to go over there and step over to the brake, but guess what, guys? I pressed the accelerator instead of the brake. So imagine, I stomped on the brake, but it was the accelerator, so it literally pushed our speed so fast, we lost control. She's still sleeping. I'm just like, oh my god, what do? I gotta control this, I gotta save it. So literally I try to grab the wheel, but the wheel turns. We hit this little like jump. I'm gonna say the jump is like this big, not even that big. And we go soaring into the air, and we're headed right into a tree. Next thing we do is hit the tree. It hit on the left side, which is my side, and it flipped her out because it hit on the left side, and it flipped her out and flipped the whole thing over, And my first reaction is when we landed is, where's my sister? Because I don't see her in the car. So I get out, I'm looking, and she's underneath it. So my superpowers came out and I had to push it off her. I'm telling you guys, this thing weighs about what?
600 pounds.
It's heavy.
Really heavy.
And I'm surprised I push it off her. But sometimes when you're adrenaline, like it just rushes to you and you're allowed to do things that you normally can't. I see her laying on her stomach, she's not responding to me, and my first reaction is to pray. So I just pray right then and there. I'm screaming her name as loud as I can, and I really think she's like dead and I think she's gone. Like that's why I had to just pray and just like hope she comes back to life. I'm screaming her name along with help. I'm screaming help as loud as I can. This guy starts walking over and he says, I see everything that happened. I see Mikkel, I turn my back and she's trying to stand up. I go, Mikkel, you seriously are hurt. Mikkel, you seriously are hurt. Lay back down. You don't know what's wrong with your body. And she just like, the first thing that happened, she stood up and literally it looked like Bambi, like a deer. Like, you know when deers are born, like they stand up and their legs just give out? That was literally her. And I was like, Mikkel, stay down. She goes, I don't know where I am. What am I doing here? I'm just so thrilled that she's like alive and she's fine. But she's really not fine. She was dizzy in the head, like really bad. Like she had no idea what's going on. She was definitely in shock, for sure. So I tell the guy, I was like, we need help right now. So he gets his wife in the big red truck. I remember that, do you?
No.
I start carrying her into the truck, the red truck, but at this point, it starts hailing and raining. Like I'm telling you, it's pouring like horrible. So I carry her into the truck.
As we're getting to the hospital, I'm kind of remembering some things. Like I'm remembering where I'm at. I'm remembering I'm looking at my foot and I'm like, oh my God, what happened? And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, oh hell no. And so then I started to feel like I was getting really numb. Like my neck felt like it was getting numb and my arm on my right side. So I was like, this is so weird. Like I'm hoping that nothing is wrong rather than my foot. Like I'm hoping, I'm praying. We show up to the hospital, they pull me up on a wheelchair. I get inside there, they do a CAT scan. They did everything on me, drew blood. I came out with a clean bill of health, so that's good. Except for my ankle, I fractured it in 4 spots. And also she had to get stitches. And if you want to see her get stitches, check this video out right here. Warning you, it's really gross. If you don't like blood or anything, don't watch this right now. Just pause it or skip forward. Honestly guys, this probably sounds like a dumb story, like, oh, you guys just hit a tree, you broke your foot, fractured your foot, blah, blah, blah. Just imagine being in our positions. We literally didn't have seatbelts on. The people that were watching said we were at least going like 40, so just imagine, we hit straight into a tree going 40 miles an hour without seatbelts. Honestly, we're thankful to be here, like so thankful, especially me not even being injured or any broken bones, like, except for a little bruise on the bottom of my chin. I'm thankful. What ended up happening to me, I had surgery and it was the worst, guys. If you've ever been through surgery, it sucks. I'm gonna show you guys a picture of the x-rays. As you can see, I had to get 3 pins, which they had to take out, which hurts. And then I had to get 1 screw to hold my ankle together. So I polarized my pinky toe right here, so they barely put it back together. They told me it's never going to be the same. And then both sides of my ankle I fractured, and then another spot next to my toe, like right here.
Her foot is jacked up. It looks so gross.
It's so bad.
Have you seen Chuck from the Goonies? Literally, that's her foot.
Hey, it's not that bad. It's been about since July 30th this happened, so it's been a pretty long time, but I'm still healing. I know this sounds a little girly and shallow, but my biggest fear was they told me that I was never going to be able to wear heels again. And literally, I wore heels on homecoming, so I said, I'm going to do it. I said, I'm going to wear heels. I'm a girl. I have to wear heels.
She had 1 crutch, and she had her heels, and she was just walking in there like this.
If you really liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if we answered all your questions, you're welcome. Just tap the picture down below to subscribe.
It's here or here, somewhere over there.
I know, somewhere. We love you guys. Thank you so, so much.